Hey, I'm back. It is She Writes Well Too, back with another video. And today's topic is going to be, are black men mean? And are they only nice when they have some type of intentions for you? There's just something that I noticed, like even growing up as a child, even to, teenage years and everything, I would always find that I'm one of those people. I kind of, stay to myself, but I'm not rude or disrespectful to anyone. I'll, greet anyone that greets me, but I'm not just flat out mean to people just for no apparent reason. But I find that when I'm out in my day-to-day at work or, just walking around town, grocery store, running errands, whatever it is, whenever black men tend to approach me, and I'm speaking as a black woman, whenever black men tend to approach me, it is almost as if they approach you in this interview-ish type of way, or they come at you very sarcastic, or it's almost like instead of saying, hey, I thought you were cute, I've seen you here for a while, my name is such and such and such, and I'd like to get to know you. Is it okay if we exchange numbers? Now on that approach, you might have a little bit of different response versus you coming to me like with some type of bad joke, or I won't even say bad joke, but it's more like an insult. It's like we have to have this awkward, mean, like banter exchange. It's almost like, hey, you're sitting there minding your business at work or doing whatever, and a black guy will walk up to you that's interested, I'm assuming, and it's always, hey, did you know you had a tear in your pants, at the bottom? Did you know you had a stain on your shoe? Why are you wearing your hair like that? What made you choose that hair color? Like, are you sure you need to be in this store? It's almost like this interrogation process that happens. Instead of just saying, hi, my name is, I'd like to talk to you. It's almost like they have to insult you, and they insult you in a way that puts the conversation in this tone of, well, you feel like you have to be defensive or in protective mode. So now it initiates that once you reject them for, hey, you could just not be interested. It happens. Sometimes you just see a guy, he's just not your type, or you just don't feel like you'd connect with him. And I'm a big believer in dealing with people that I feel like I can vibe with and actually have a conversation with. If you're the type of guy that, smokes, drinks, is, the hood thug kind of dude, or you sell drugs, or you only club, or you drink, smoke, and blunts and all of that, I'm not that type of black female, so I already know me and you 9 times out of 10 are not going to click, because if I throw some certain topics at you, you probably won't have a lot of things in common, or our personalities are just going to clash. But back to my initial point, why is it that black men become so defensive or rude if you tell them that you're not interested? It's almost like as soon as you say you're not interested, they call you out of their name, they call you bitches, hoes, whatever it is. It's almost like a disrespectful thing, and it's a totally different approach when they are approaching white women or Puerto Rican women or Mexican women or anything. They can go up to a white woman, hey, my name is such and such, or they'll just go ahead and do something helpful, help her pick up her bag, open the door for her, whatever. It's like, who is this guy? Because it's a completely different approach. They approach her in a nice way, even start with a funny joke, not a sarcastic joke or an insult, but a funny joke. And it's like, hey, I'm so-and-so. I thought you were cute, da 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 da. I see you around here a lot. I would definitely like to get to know you. And if the girl declines, then she declines. But I have seen myself firsthand that I remember I was at the work one day where I used to work at this retail store. And this guy came in. He comes in the store all the time because, you have your locals. There was a young lady that was ringing up her items and everything in front of him. And he kept trying to get this young lady's attention. I mean, just being totally aggressive. Hey, hey girl, hey this, hey that. Like, he just was being very aggressive about his approach. And so the girl was not, she seems as if she was a little bit younger than him anyway. So I think it was the way that he was coming off. He sounded very aggressive because he sounded aggressive to me. But I know, like, as a younger woman, that's kind of like a put off. So the way the girl responded, she responded as if she might have been a teenager, probably somebody he shouldn't have been trying to get with anyway. But because he was being rude and aggressive, and the girl actually kind of cowered towards him, she kind of, looked at me in a way to say, like, wow, we didn't actually exchange words, but we kind of locked on eyes, and I could tell that she felt a little bit threatened, and she kind of just hurried up, grabbed her things, and ran out of the store. And then as soon as she left out of the store, I hear the guy talking to his friend in the background, like, oh man, you know what? F that B. Like, I just wanted to F her anyway. And I'm just like, wow. But otherwise, when this guy comes in the store, his demeanor is always very kind of, jovial. He has a nice smile, nice looking guy, but it's just the way that he carries himself. And that's my question. Like, I feel like black men are just rude, most of the times off the top, and they don't know how to approach a woman, especially not a black woman. They tend to approach very harshly, very aggressive. It's almost like they want you to have a nasty attitude because they don't know how to approach a black woman that's chipper. And I don't mean you have to be over the top bubbly, but there's some black women that are naturally chipper. And then there's some black women that, like any other woman, that's more laid back. And it's like, either you have to be just completely fawning all over these men. I mean, making some type of sexual innuendos, or just throwing yourself at them, or basically talking about sexual things, or just being the type of person that's overly flirtatious for these men to approach you in a nice, respectful manner. I have never in my life met a man and asked him out on a date and treated him like crap, or just called him all types of names just because he wasn't interested in me. If he wasn't interested in me, he wasn't interested. But it's like, come on, black men, like, what is it? You guys don't seem to take rejection too well. It's almost like this arrogant thing, as if, oh, because you're a black woman, you should want to go out with me, or I should have access to you. It's almost this arrogant thing where it's like, black men feel like because I'm black, I should basically sleep with them by default because they're black and I'm black. So there's some type of secret code going on. It doesn't matter what I want. It just matters that they want to sleep with me, and that's the bottom line. So if I'm not feeding their ego or giving them what they want, then it has to be this whole angry exchange. And the crazy thing about it is, I've had so many black men come to me in an aggressive manner, and then when I decline them, it's almost like they'll keep coming back a second and third time, and then they keep trying to readjust their personality to me instead of just being themselves, but that rarely ever lasts. So it's like, what is it with the black men being so mean and seeming to only want confrontation from black women? It's like, if I'm calm, laid back, if I'm chipper, if I'm bubbly, if I'm smiling at you, if I'm not being aggressive, if I'm just minding my own business, it's almost like you treat me like, you're policing my every move. So what is it with the thing of you being arrogant that you just feel like all black women are supposed to bow to you and treat you like a king wherever you are and no matter how you act? This is just something that I've seen over and over and over in life, and it's just so crazy. I mean, I've been in places where I've seen black women be harassed just because they walk down the street, or just because they walk in front of a group of black men. And I felt that apprehension myself, just to walk in front of a group of black men. And it's kind of like, I try to literally avoid walking in that direction, because I've had it happen to me so many times as a child, where if as a black woman you do not respond to a black man's cat calls to you, or you don't respond to the "hey girl" or "hey you," or hey mom, what's up, or come over here, let me talk to you for a minute. If you don't respond to that, it's almost like instantaneous. You're dismissed, you're nothing. You have to be demeaned on sight. Now I have to try to break you down and lower your self-esteem because you didn't give me what I want. So it's just, as a group, I'm sure there's plenty other black women that have, experienced this. But once again, I have never in my life treated a black man with some type of disrespect or disdain simply because he didn't find me attractive. Hey, if you don't find me attractive or you're not interested in me, then you're not. But I'm not going to come back and hurl insults at you when I just said, hey, I'm this nice person. I would actually like to get to know you. Black men, every woman in the world, and especially every black woman, does not owe you her vagina by default. So I'm going to need you guys to get that, to understand that. Once again, this is She Writes Well Too, checking in. And I just wanted to wrap up and say, black men, black women, just continue to be yourselves. Continue to be your nice, sweet, bubbly, sarcastic, whatever type of personality that you have. And just because some black dude is being douchey to you because you're not giving him the time of day, it's probably your instincts that were right in the first place. Because black men, let's be honest, 9 times out of 10, when you're trying to holler at a black female or any female out while you're doing errands, 9 times out of 10, you guys are already in relationships, you have women at home, and you just wanted sex anyway. So let's be honest. Why are you giving yourself a headache over some ass that you probably were not going to get anyway? Something to think about. Anyway, She Writes Well Too. I'm checking out.